on the recently akasem bi me pese me ba ho direct yankase enua Ato Essien I incarcerate no you see in sawam niade ye na papa yi ne ho asem e ba ya ye de na ko jail because say last 2 weeks and I say Kofi Bentel or Imani Ghana said say the man is seriously suffering. He say because why incapacitated. What a wheelchair money at the end. Yet we saw a year can once a man also so the we are say. And then we say delegate publication at the banner headline. Say waka esa at your farm. Capital Bank collapse. Ato Essien is a scapegoat. John Appea. Now we did the body of the story now. Friend say page 3. And watch them na ye, but for the benefit of enkofu ATM your munya kwan enredi ni bi kiremu ye edientina court ahye papa ne yemfa no nkotum fisi sika bi afa ne nsase a wan famra kwa so na wode akwaye ajapade ama nkofo sika him ne yede na akwa kotum ti se de Ghana mrase na wo se yede na ye scapegoat
but your scapegoat no who can twi mu sen
eno na no pay ya dwene ho a me scapegoat mintimi nka na word back but it say has obi a ye pese de mra bi ba anase ye pese ye sanction kofo bi anase bi a empatadwan empatadwan ne kire se ebi ana asem bi koso na ye pese enkofo jai so ye pese amamo ne se ade ye he no obi a bewura ha ne ye se ye hada ka se obi aba bewura ha ni afoso achi obi na ya punish no ya man punishment dia se na be serve deterrent na ye de say ni par se de be ya it will scare people from so be enter sa room we see eno sa na me meti ase fase de
empatadwan anope say mature to Amnesty International mature letter to Amnesty International as a mature letter to United Nations office if say sa heading now who say the Ato Essien aye apatadwan no I think extremely valid won me say no na me one of the few nkrofo na me timu ma convicted Ato Essien they say na me nim no but dia na mate say why no na me dream say we why we di Bank of Ghana sika we di taxpayer sika me apart from the roles now me hold the ceremonial roles we me so me CEO of different institutions. I understand what it means. Me tuya me taxes. Me company tuya taxes. Na me timo no me te say Ato Essien aje liquidity support loan. Liquidity support from Bank of Ghana. Na me nim say ye loan. Me dream say ye free money bia ye dia money bank na o machi sika no. Na minim say a loan at 28% interest rate. A commercial loan na Capital Bank every month. Omutua 14 million Ghana cedis every month. Omundi 40 da. Inti na me first idea mi hu Ato Essien case ye de bre me no. A mi hu ye no say liquidity support aye ke. Sa na enye free money, enye taxpayers money. A loan and ye dia ma bank no. And ye loan na collateral ka ho. Say collateral ka loan ho a said there's not going to be any financial loss to the state. Nipa ne ntua akra omo beji collateral no. E dia tua loan no. Nti omo ka financial loss to the state ni sa niema no a na mintiase after seeing the evidence. Into the first part to understand liquidity support no na a loan na enye free money. The second case I'll be when say na Ato Essien onye MD of the bank and na on sign ye management of the bank and na wako arrange loan way for bank way and na wajini finder's fee no na ye about 3-4% of the full amount into about 27.5 million Ghana cedis. Sa finder's fee or je no and ninti na ende or prison or T wheelchair or prison with deteriorating health. And now their Emma Madri Mintias Yekrani say SAS 27.5 million cedis now or JNA ye they are in prison no. MD of the bank no to assassin money no. Or no, he was acquitted in court. Inti won't say brains for omo show omo book ni ma no omo show equation wey imbalance it.
Yes.
Yeah, collide chain say whatever is on the left has to be on the right. Imbalance nipa no tu esika no 27.5 million no we see onye guilty. If you say sika no tu aye no legal. But nipa no ji sika no wa catch and say nipa no de or guilty. Equation imbalance. Until we read the news reports now to say na me reading no we be say Ato Essien a real 90 million. Ato Essien 90 million be any ho. There is no 90 million. First on we sike bia na ye loan na wa organize between Central Bank and Nani Bank and na waji finder's fee wo koye momo enda na agent ni charge wo agent fee say wutua. Finder's fee is the same as agent's fee is the same as facilitator's fee. A legal idea it happen in business all the time. It is 27.5 million no mo charging the for no. Almost the interest of 300% account to make 62.5 million Ghana cedis. Into the 62.5 million Ghana cedis no can 27.5 million no so and no na unya 90 million no. Inti obia and break it down and try and say ye kase Ato Essien area 90 million now. First 90 million theft bia NCA. Second, 90 million more kano a 27.5 million Ghana cedis finders or facilitators fee for a legal transaction, and then the rest is interest of 62.5 million Ghana cedis, which is 300%.
So pedio kanina we share the ruling by now Justice Chebafo made us to understand say agreement was pursuant almost say section 35 of the Court Act, which is 1993 Act 459 an accused person yet be catcher was say ebia wa cause financial loss to the state emra no ma ho kwan ma utue sika no so utue sika dia ho ton se u antue sika no utue sika no a utimi avoid the custodian sentence any ade so catcher adena pedia wo kan de sika bia ni hosa won kwaji sika bia won se obi sika. Why did Ato Essien pay your friend say the 30 million as of 30 million of sika na 90 million ye de bond charge no utua be in 2022? What was that money for?
Won't say Ato Essien as part of the case no na plea bargain say he accepted say me guilty. Na no na me a press conference in Krofo bisa me say I didn't know accept so you guilty.
He said the plea bargain in no one you know the Court Act 35 is section 35 yeah.
And I me catch am say that time no na me ni wa me wo Ato Essien ni team. If say me say ni lawyers omubufu ye say oh yes sir, because they believe say ni case no is so strong. But me catch a journalist and say if you've ever been hungry or angry or scared or alone, decision I will be fano later what why dream you be asking yourself say why did I take that decision? Sometimes you they want to counter back a family for 2 weeks. Go fear for 2 weeks. Downfall. You feel alone, you feel deserted. Sometimes we be can't there anyhow just so that you can get out. And I won't name in near man for catcheno. Say, what dear, who can we are? You be cast him no fear. Maybe I be a foolish case. Me na me ni ho. Me catch you be as a me lawyer. Me apart from being on TV 20 years ago and I'm here near mano. Won't they say my bar out? I can't anything of this size before. Yeah. But asem no ashemi. Asem na ashemi. Mishia Bemano, na me no, but me huni videos, me huni pictures no. Esheme because or representing yina and there a businessman. Ochina be to me ayo as a journalist. Yes, who say wuni aboje share. Find show to the ho. Inti mean so to say no, ye young business people are. Ye create opportunities are ye hiring crowd. Ye pesi etna Ghana in crowd ko US ni UK ni Paris ni nema ye free ho asan befie. Said this is where we want to help develop the nation.
Yeah, so and I say yenya baby haja for real. so nya case be romance scam case be or US, but also almost system now honunya sa problem now it will be very difficult for you to say in jail. But Ababa one she got just less than 18 months and wasamba. So people are saying say her lawyers no very competent lawyers and be able to charge the jail. Okay, in this case no you bet me akasa Ato Essien the lawyers no were not strong and I say omamwano
there be to me in kasa because one say we don't have the whole facts of the case. First nipa no so say obey plea bargain na the lawyer say mo nya. It is the right of the person to do what they want to do. Although ono na de ne ho ye nim nkrofo mo ka kire ne ntro woni tim say wo ye plea bargain na bia ye be jai case ni na ye nim we don't have all the facts and I mean per se ye decisions based on lack of facts and 99 day how bia say Ato Essien ye 90 million na ye need all the facts nti enye about the competence of the lawyers wo ko bo football match na wo ko match ne so na referee ne catch say match we ebe ye 2-2 eye den usually match ne be ye 2-2 obi accidentally share goal back na e 3-2 match ne be wie 3-3 obi share another goal na e 4-3 accidentally in the 89th minute ebe 4-4 say referee ne aye na adwen say eye den me wo result ne da dia obi ye bia emfa ho.
So are you per what you are saying? No, some deductive be free ma. Are you saying say Ebiane to had the political motivation?
Me, dear me who say there were different forces at work.
But was a politics?
No, me pesa ya me politics mo.
But the way now can say Ebia nipa no determine so be sad we ya dey ya until am bisa say u Philip kona me person me bisa as a question
me Philip say there was other forces at work.
Forces from where?
Meaning whether it's legal forces, political forces, media for ebetumi any force. Meaning baby free. If say meaning the entire facts of the case. Enti I am in person may judgment on the entire facts. But in Crawford kase the lawyers were not good enough. I really take offense to that. Me nya lawyer. But meaning say lawyer be for case no or for case no akwama case no. But who name the facts surrounding if say time or ye plea bargain no and I say agro
because say as na I say wajiatum say plea bargain the way ya say wajiatum say my yard the name metua sika with the interest. You get me? So in this case you bet me akase bia the lawyers were good but e bia ato amwa lawyers no
at that point in time no decision of fire no mini noa anka memfa and I mean so no ankasa sesia o looking back
you have made a mistake.
You had made a mistake but another maker say when you have the whole facts you realize says sometimes we all make mistakes based on the predicament that we are in. So come do a mistake be obey pa later who did now we you know I look at it in that entirety. Yes, I look at it in that entirety. Say, Ato so betumi akobaka oben wenu no ho say offer plea bargaining. Then you say the lawyers were not competent or that argument I think is flawed.
Okay.
The basis of the thing, they say the source, the foundation on which the entire case was flawed. And Nuntina Anope Omodi 2 newspaper will say he was a scapegoat. He was a scapegoat because he does not deserve to be where he is now, looking at the evidence.
Okay, so what say scapegoat so scapegoat yet which mu bebrebe e bi so ase ba ade kire ba kon so ne say e bi ana nipa na omo adi sa bone no ne ma ye de Ato Essien kwesi obodoso so ba bi ana Ato force ne nanimu hare ye kasi nanimu hare which is like such a lenient person, the person that omo fi say we ye ji su akwa we say so na yanka yehu say there was an element of criminality in ade na oma ye ni na enti bia na Ato force and ye de na Ato Essien honorable mepso facha me of kafra Ato Essien and the numu hare ne ye de na ko and ye de na ye scapegoat ma mo suspect say ye won panimfo bi ne nkofo bi ka ho bia sa di we mu ni na no mo ka ho a bia court no ne aban dada no ka o mo share ya ye mpia o manguma ifo mu ni na anko
me dey me share evidence now. I don't think so. Well, because evidence no evidence na me kra no a public knowledge. And na evidence ni show say loan no mo je sa loan no omutua every month. By the time our Capital Bank year 2 mu no na omutua 308 million cedis back.
Okay, loan no wa mo na je Capital Bank. Who owns the Capital Bank?
Capital Bank was made of different shareholders. I don't have the facts on the shareholders, but many shareholders, probably up to maybe 10 shareholders.
So one person cannot take decision.
Oh no, say anything our board. We call acquittal, we share evidence for MD now or to Sikana. No, say or no, for instance, no, not on person be to Sikano. It shows say na board ni a strong board. And your board are more rubber stamping nema. And your board who deliberate. Won't say who a company now for board now. A chair say the shareholders and everyone in the omudiomu a share board nimu. Say board will take a decision.
Okay, so at now 2 years.
Now 2 year non-executive director of the board.
A non-executive director of the board. Okay, so see a business communication. Me fan say bia institution yi. E betimi abase you be dia onya hom. Na say nipa no institute board. And only a non-profitable board. You get me? Then that non-profitable board, nobody befers a board or the profitable or non-profitable board. Nobody policy direction at the chief executive. Then the chief executive perform his management, normal managing that it's everything that the chief executive officer the policy direction of the board. You get me? So Ato Essien was serving as the position a dealing assassin. But you be a chief executive of the Capital Bank. So in this case, there are some decisions be on Ato force I keep saying Ato force. Ato Essien be take care. Abra board no nyawe. Whether is a non-profitable or profitable board. You get me? Obudu obusi cash mu no. Omunti take a decision be a nipa ba kokra ni ho hwe.
Well, about governance, there's a difference between policy direction, policy strategy, and policy deliberation.
Actually,
before meetings, the board has a policy strategy or it has a policy direction that is following. But the reason we were more than one board member, usually board members who will be at 3, and now 5, and now 7, who are odd number. The reason you have an odd number is because there's going to be voting. Until you can have your strategy, say, yen tone A, and now yen tone B. But a drew board no one. The policy direction tends to a deliberation where the board members now argue with one another for each person to state their case, which ends up in the board voting in favor of or in favor against. So the deliberations are completely mutually exclusive to the direction or the strategy of the board.
So at least they are taking this decision. None of the board members was able to say that as for this one I don't agree with you, as for this one I do agree with you. I have to go ahead and do it.
Even if some agreed or disagreed, there must have been a vote. You see, the governance, when it comes to governance and boards, there's checks and balances. The checks and balances are so that things like this don't happen. Se board ni nipa ba kopa. Se nipa no betumi aye decision no, and then whatever the chief executive believes or doesn't believe, they have to sign it off.
Okay.
There's a reason, and a board no is made up of eminent people who are respected in their various fields. Into usually for strong boards, you have a legal person.
Okay.
You have an accounting person. You have a media person. Different people from different walks of life. And that's what I want to get to. Board year decision. And now you see all these boards, who are they approved by? The central bank. The CEO is approved by the central bank. The chair is approved by the central bank. The board members are approved by the central bank. So if the people are incompetent, they have been approved by the central bank because their qualifications are seen to be good enough to be a board member.
Mr. Ato Essien wakwasrano.
Makosrano.
Wako hono.
Mako inseo.
Odiano.
Median. I don't know.
How do you relate to him?
I relate to him as someone who could have been me or could have been you.
Okay.
Onye nipa na oye madamfo na Michiano before.
Okay. Okwasa ni state ni to say. When was the last time you went to
Michiano 2 days ago na me won say.
Ni state ni to say.
Very bad.
Cha picture no facture to say.
Not a wheelchair. And say me videos na me hu about Ato Essien before.
But I'm talking about what you say you saw with your naked eyes.
Na me ka say videos na me hu about ono before. And na nipa na me hu no te hono. Two different people, or looking like a broken person.
Jesus Christ.
You know, and that's because we share evidence now. The only reason I'm speaking out is because we share evidence now. One person no a bit.
Okay, you as for this one, let us leave the rest to the courts and the Amnesty International for the no more. But me person me busa say, wo no Mr. Ese also you are downfall. Because we yes I do say now yes say you say was it a day before yesterday or yesterday the press conference
na Thursday
no. Okay, so Saturday by some of us here read social media say it looks like an agenda mo person we by force to say we be Ato Essien edina free honum and I started that agenda no and na wakasa we wadam for and because of say we madam for nti na mo person mo force o ha na we aka na be a policy think tank bi no wakasa no we akasa just to put pressure or a beer for Ato to look good in the eyes of the government to pardon him, and that's agenda.
One say Ato me friend Ato a friend now because of me hundia wafem, you know, and yes sympathy or empathy. Two different things. Empathy, I see myself in him. And a sympathy, whether he's right or wrong, no, I feel sorry for him. When you sympathy, from my point of view, empathy. And I'm not Ato madam for before. But with my conversations with him, and at the awafemuno, wabeye madam for. But that is not the reason why I am doing this, or I know other people are doing this. And yet agenda, waka agenda, it sounds negative to say yeah plan B, ye in free why ye BB, but and yet agenda, a public information exercise. Because me one call for na me chair producer before me buy show no so say obi taxi minua from British Columbia, Canada, say we who Adie ekoso no na se metumi ready amawa.
Oh, go ahead.
Give me 1 second. Or say I was one of the silent majorities. Pacho mami 1 second.
All right, yene Dr. John Appea and yene twetwen komo head of missions Commonwealth Enterprise